I know a doctor when I see one. Most of the time. But the point is, Shooty-Katwa, you're going to be brilliant. You are. I've got a few things to say to you. Be kind. Be happy. Have a laugh. Have fun. Because this is adventure of a lifetime. And you're part of that now. I'm excited to see all the new journeys we'll go. You'll go. It's not goodbye. Not really. You're proof of that. But it's hard to let go. Right, okay. Who knows? Maybe our paths will cross again. That happens quite a lot in our history. Right, I've got something for you. That is not it. I swore I put it in a pocket. That's a my mask. When I first put on this coat, it had empty pockets. And I vowed from that day on that I would have everything in my pockets. Yes, I have a mini microphone in my pocket. Who doesn't? Found a flower. And more rainbow ribbon. All right. I'm getting a shift on. She's getting antsy now. No. That's my Sonic. Sasami Sonic. Made out of Sheffield steel. Mainly out of spoons. I made by myself. Can't wait to see what yours looks like. Oh! I found it! Okay, listen to this properly. Doctor, this is for you. Look after her. She'll be looking after you most of the time, but welcome aboard. Properly.
My name is Christian Basel. Years ago, I had an idea. I got myself a TARDIS. Took it to new places, met a lot of new people, took some great pictures, and talked Doctor Who. From Krypton Radio and the creators of the Hanging With web show, this is the legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Join me on my latest adventures and become part of the legend.
Hello, fellow Evuvians. My name's Christian Basel. Years ago, I bought a computer, a microphone, and a camera that didn't bork up so badly. And today, they are just playing around completely going bonkers. So hopefully that this stream, fingers crossed, knock on wood, whatever, I'm hoping that we'll be able to put on a good show, at least from my side of things, because I'm just having one of those days there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Christian Basel. I'm the host of this show. I'm going to be introducing the panel in just a moment. Today, we're going to have a big, wide episode. We're going to be running up for a little bit here because we're going to be talking about three things today. One, as you can see on the screen, for those of you who are watching us on the YouTube or on the Twitter or on a Twitch channel or on our Facebook page, we're going to be talking about an idea which spawned for a brief moment that we had a cute idea that if Jodie Whittaker had regenerated and the series went animated, what it would look like. And I wouldn't say unfortunately, but just for this episode, we don't have to worry about that because now we have our 14th Doctor, which we're going to be alluding to today as well. So we're going to be doing something today that's a little different. If the Doctor Who series went into an animated series, what that would look like and how that would run. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Then later in our after party, we're going to be talking about the new Doctor, Shooty-Katwa. It took me forever to get that little pronunciation correct there. And then we're going to be talking about the late, great animator George Perez, who just passed recently, because we're going to be talking a little bit about appearance of MegaCon, which is taking place next week. Next Thursday, the 19th through the 22nd at the Orange County Convention Center. So we're going to be seeing you there. For those folks who are going to be arriving there, we can't wait to see you out there at that convention in full force, because we're going to be also having a panel a special panel called The Day of the Traveling TARDIS, which will be celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Traveling TARDIS in its existence, which right now he's asleep right now. Without further ado, my computer is just going a little wonky there. Let me go ahead and introduce the crew at this time. Let me go ahead and pull that away. Bring in Melanie. There we go. Hello, everybody. So let's go ahead and start off with Mr. Mark Muncie. Hadn't seen him in a while. And you can check him out on Eerie Travels on the YouTube channel.
Yep.
And I love it because not only do I love paranormal, but I love like the St. Augustine, where not only you get the good paranormal, but you get the good story behind the paranormal. Yeah. Where that comes from. And you definitely want to check out Mark Eerie Travels on the YouTube channel. Find it, subscribe. How you doing there, Mark?
Doing great. Like I said, getting ready for Spookala this weekend and then MegaCon next weekend.
Oh, you're not going to get any sleep.
No. And then on top of it, the new book launches June 20th, but our publisher is going to let us get some early copies, just official today. We've got early copies coming for MegaCon. So for those of you wanting Eerie Appalachia, it'll be out at MegaCon. So excited for that.
And speaking of MegaCon, Dave is going to be joining us over at MegaCon all the way from Canada at the Red Hole.
I am.
Yes, he is. He's going to be helping us doing panels all MegaCon weekend long. How you doing, Dave?
I am doing fabulous. Excited. Time is like, are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Is this your first MegaCon in Orlando?
Yes, it is. Yep.
This will be the first. Okay.
Yep. I was going to come to the last one, whichever one got rescheduled. Because I was going to be going and then I got rescheduled. One of the pandemic rescheduled.
Not last year, but the year before that. In fact, I think that was one that Eccleston was supposed to show up. Then he was supposed to show up the last one. So batting out, and so far we haven't seen his name pop up. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that he makes an appearance out there. Speaking of special appearances, the lovely Melanie Dean. How you doing there, Melanie?
Sorry, I am swatting bots left and right now.
Yes.
There are some.
I think we're all trying to swat the bots at the same time, which is why we're getting random error messages.
Yeah, because they're on YouTube and they're popping up. So hey guys,
really?
They're showing up. We're trying to get rid of them. So, unless that's your thing, you want to.
Oh my god! I just popped into the chat. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, that stuff. No, please don't click on that. That's
I'm not clicking any one of them. I just see them in there.
Not you, the peoples who are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, doing well.
Don't go to Pieces of Melanie.
Please stop that. But yeah, getting ready for MegaCon, kind of that fever pitch of less than 2 weeks. Trying to be wishing that there was more time to keep painting and get stuff done. But we've got our booth numbers, but our panels keep changing. So if you're looking at the panel schedule, please keep an eye on it because that first release was like a draft release, and things are shifting and moving. So.
I know.
Don't make your plan, but then keep an eye on what those times are because
we're going to have 5 panels, 6 including the main panel, which is going to be taking place 5 p.m. on one of the stages out. I believe I got to check again, but they had our panels out and then they pulled all of them. And I know they're doing their little legwork about trying to work things out. But at one point you could click Doctor Who, get all of our panels. They actually break it up in genre, which I thought was cool. I hadn't seen that before. So you can click on Doctor Who, Star Trek, Star Wars, all of that. And I clicked on Doctor Who and it went to Moshi's party. I'm like, what? So
I'm going to put everybody up because having everyone stare at me not talking is just unsettling for me. So I don't know what it's like for y'all.
Speaking of staring and not talking, we got the lovely Jessica.
I know.
I'm really good at staring and not actually. If you know me, like not talking is not my thing. So, hi. I will stare though. No, I'm kidding.
All of us are going to be out at MegaCon for most part for ourselves. Melanie's going to have her booth. Mark's going to have his Eerie Travels out there. Dave's going to be with me at the booth, and we're going to be saying hello to Cat Astrophy. I believe that's how her cosplay is. She's going to be helping out with the booth out here. But Jessica, tell us a little bit what you're doing at MegaCon as well, because you're doing something
at
different.
MegaCon. Yeah, I am. I'm doing because usually I'm just like all TARDIS, baby. But no, this year I'm actually going to be out with Saber Guild, which is, if you've heard of like the 501st or Rebel Legion, it's a Lucasfilm costume group. So we're recognized by Lucasfilm. Our costumes have to be movie set ready. But the difference of our group is we actually do stage combat with lightsabers. So we have choreographed fights. And at MegaCon, we're going to be teaching Padawan training initiatives in the family zone. I think they call it the family zone. So so if you have younglings and you're going to be at MegaCon, check out, I think we have one once a day, every single day, and we're going to be training younglings how to fight with sabers and use the Force. And it's supposed to be Jedi teaching it, but there might be some Sith and dark side that might appear halfway through. So, not everything goes to plan, but that's just Star Wars, right?
That's convention life in general.
Yeah, that is convention life. Absolutely.
Mom, look, I went to Star Wars and I fought with lightsabers, and look what I came back with.
I was like, I don't have an arm.
I don't have an arm.
But the rest of us already started bringing out our sabers.
I will say the younglings will only have foam sabers. Like, we're not giving them weapons. Just for the record.
That's no fun.
I was gonna say that's disappointing.
I mean, you're training them, and then you send them over to the 501st.
Send them over to the 501st, and then just say Order 66.
Exactly.
No,
clone troopers.
No, that's PTSD towards any Jedi. Don't Order 66 anything.
No.
But yeah, well, and the 501st, they're not trained to defend themselves, so
no.
Yeah, I'd have to unfortunately defend the 501st and
well, most of those are stormtroopers, so I mean they don't shoot really well anyway. I mean, if
there were clones
in there, have to watch their aim.
Right. I mean, if there's a Cody or a Rex, then I'd be careful because
their armor doesn't even.
Now, if they want to go and fight the Mandalorians, I mean,
there we go.
Mandalorians and Jedi have a complicated history, so I'll send them over to the Mando Mercs.
I mean, look at Rogue One. A blind guy with a stick and a bunch of rocks took out a whole squad. So,
right?
How did you get your booth numbers yet? The Daleks are in the dark. No, actually not, because I can at least confirm this. We are going to be with the Dalek Builders of Florida in the community center.
And you don't necessarily have a booth number.
Yeah.
They
do.
You have they're a little different. So.
Yeah.
Well, you do have a booth number, but by the time the convention's set up, you will never find that booth number. Yeah. So I had to say community center, or look for that tower over there. That star.
Yeah, they put chalk
row numbers. Yeah, is about all you get.
Yeah, as soon as we're all there, it'll be like, all right, I'm 2 things down from the banner with the big D.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's how it's done. Not only that, they write our numbers in the chalk. I'm like, well, that lasted for the first half hour of Thursday.
You need like the Captain Jack Sparrow compass to find the booths you're looking for.
Exactly.
It's like, what is my heart desire? And it's like, there's the booth.
See, mine's easy to remember.
Scarab that flew around and pointed.
Exactly.
My number is Artist Alley 365. It's all year round, baby. That's where I'm going to be.
I live there. Artist Alley 4 something, so I'm like near you. So.
Oh, okay, yay!
Yeah,
throw things at one another.
I think. I don't know. I don't even remember because I got Spookala on the head right now because that's Friday. So
yeah,
MegaCon can be over the weekend. I'll figure it out. So.
Don't forget to we're doing the live chat. Melanie's taking care of the chats right now, and she's working hard from what I understand there. And stay with the after party because we are going to be discussing 2 things. We're going to take more of a take on Ncuti Gatwa becoming the 14th Doctor. I know we had some people who weren't there that Sunday when we did the announcement with the Who Knew News, and we'll talk more about that. I know some people who are regulars on the Tuesday may have not gotten a chance to say hello, Fats. Elbow cough. Okay. Gotcha. The Force is with me. I am one with the Force. Yes. Yep. And we're going to go a little bit talking about remembering George Perez. George Perez, animator. We lost him recently. Big on the MegaCon scene. And I personally did not know him. I knew him in passing, but we do have a few of our friends on the panel who will want to talk more about George and his life. And I know a lot of people out there probably razzing me going like, gosh, I know 10 times more you do. And if you want to say something in the chats about George, please let us know. But I know for everybody else, including myself, because I've seen him just in passing, just in saying hi. And it's one of those things where, I'm going to settle down and talk to him and have a good discussion with him and find out more about him. And I just never got a chance to. But I know there's a lot of people out there who would definitely want to have had those conversations there. Yeah. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go to, okay. My anime version is a doctor in Dungeon Master. His companion will be Mahoma Flintstone, and Miska from AOT, I don't know what that is, with Snoop Dave.
Attack on Titan.
Snoopy Dave. Can you roll a D12 if above 13 the TARDIS team works? God, Mark,
I cannot.
Really. No.
We're not doing the dice rolling thing today, and I don't have any dice with me right now because I just don't. Which is a bit weird for me, I know.
Next week, there we go. We have the cat alert. Who's got the cat? Who's got? Oh yes. Cat alert.
Cat alert.
There she. Hello there. Aw. Well, that lasted all about 5 seconds. There you go.
Yeah.
I like the Ahsoka.
The
Build-A-Bear.
Yep. So without further ado, let's explain what's going on tonight. Before the announcement that we knew about on Sunday for Shirigatwa, we were coming up with the idea of talking, hey, Faith, yeah, we showed the video. We're going to show it again a little bit later in the after party. We were discussing an idea of what would happen if the 13th Doctor regenerated and all of a sudden it turned into an animated series. What character amongst the universe of other animated shows, where it could be movie or television, would the next Doctor be? So to give you an example, without further ado, let me see who should go up first.
And essentially think about any other animated show and you're typecasting that character as a doctor.
There you go.
And simply like that.
I have dice upstairs. I just don't have dice here because it was not planned for this.
No, it was.
No, absolutely not.
But we'll give you. Let's give an example. Dave, we'll start off with your choice. The 13th Doctor is standing up. She's
and we lost Christian.
And we lost Christian. Also,
the 14th Doctor regenerates, and we've got a cartoon Doctor, and the Doctor is Count Duckula.
Count Duckula. Why?
There is how could you not use Duckula? Yeah. Come on.
He was going to be my choice.
Look, exactly. Look at this fashion. Look at this fashion. This just screams Doctor. That just screams console. His whole castle's a TARDIS that travels through space and time. Come on, people.
The question is, are you using Count Duckula from his own show or Count Duckula from Danger Mouse, where he was actually a villain?
Oh, God, from his own.
Oh,
yeah. Nanny needs to be a companion.
Oh, yes. My ducky.
Mm-hmm.
And I do remember that series. I do remember that was at Join Up because it was Danger Mouse.
Yep.
And then Count Duckula was on that. He was the bad guy in there, and he got his own spinoff. Speaking of our own spinoff. Hello, Melina.
You bring her in when she's yawning. Way to go, Christian. I'm so glad you got your hand up just in time, Melina. I was like, oh God, he's going to do
Tussles!
Here, we'll all yawn at the same time and just...
I hope you're feeling better, Melina. Thanks for joining us. I know you haven't been feeling well. I'm glad you're back here. Thank you. And I managed to get I think I got your character. Did I get your
Doctor.
I did get your character. So Doctor.
Yes, exactly. My first Count Duckula wasn't even the cartoon. My first Count Duckula was actually the comic from Star Comics, which was an imprint of Marvel.
There you go. Yep. And they actually did a Howard the Duck crossover for a one shot that is super, super rare. So
I did not know that, and
it was like an in-house gag thing. So it's only circulated amongst Marvel employees. But if you can find it,
it's just an ash can, basically.
Yeah, it's worth serious bucks because they also brought in Doctor Strange from Duck World. So
of course they did. Oh,
can you go back to Dan's comment? I thought that was funny because he mentioned Penfold from Danger Mouse.
Oh, Penfold. Oh, crumbs.
There was a scene. I don't know if you remember. There was a scene from
crumbs.
Danger Mouse. I thought it was hysterical. Penfold is hypnotized, and he's telling Danger Mouse the whole time. He's going like, "I'm not supposed to tell you it's a trap," and Danger Mouse is going, "Well, don't tell me it's a trap." I mean, he's just continually going, "I'm not supposed to tell you it's a trap." And he goes, "Okay, don't tell me it's a trap." And then he thought, "Wait a minute, you weren't supposed to tell me this was a trap." So
Who's on first?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dave, which companions would you have Count Duckula?
I used to love the narrator of Danger Mouse because he would always say things, like Danger Mouse was glad to know that this was a trap, but then suddenly he's like, "Oh, thank you." But then he would narrate everything, and he would announce everybody. And Penfold was the third prize winner in the Penfold lookalike contest.
Yep.
Wasn't there a story like Charlie Chaplin actually entered a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest and he got third or something like that?
Third,
something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Dolly Parton got second
and there's
lost to a drag queen. So
yeah, and one of the Beatles conspiracy theories is that Paul McCartney died and was replaced by the winner of a lookalike contest.
I believe it.
Like that's he died in a car crash, which is why there's a little car crash going over the edge in on the Sgt. Pepper album, and why he's walking barefoot across Abbey Road, and it's a big thing.
Speaking of big things, we got a commercial break. When we return, we're going to continue our discussion. You're going to go up next, Mark. Just for that, you're going to go up next. Mark.
Someday we'll answer your question, Mark.
That's all good.
No, other Mark Robinson.
Oh, other Mark, yeah.
I'd have to just go with the originals. Come on, Igor and Nanny are just perfect companions.
Igor and Nanny. I'd throw in
right
Penfold too.
Yeah, I could definitely throw in Penfold. I would not say no to that.
Yeah.
Arthur, King of the Guard. Okay, when we return, we're going
to. There's all sorts of versions of Duckula that could be the Master too.
Or Claw there for.
Yeah.
I'd bring in Claw from...
Push the button, Christian. They're just going to keep talking over the commercial.
We're going to keep talking until Christian pushes the button and cuts us off.
That's how I do it. There. When we return, please continue to stay logged on, tune in, and here come the commercials.
Join author Gary Zeiger for an animatic short film based on his Breakaway Stingray novel series. Watch this animatic short based on the novel Stingray, You Can't Hide Forever at stingrayseries.com. In Stingray, You Can't Hide Forever, Captain Epsilon is putting the band back together to rescue his protege's little sister from the evil conglomerate, while keeping his state-of-the-art warship, Stingray, out of their hands. Watch as the adventure unfolds in the groundbreaking animatic short at stingrayseries.com. Then, join the crew of Stingray with the next novel in the series, Stingray Prophecy, where Captain Epsilon and Dr. Zubre are pivotal players in an ancient prophecy. Can they reunite the people of two worlds before they destroy each other? To learn more, visit stingrayseries.com.
Oh, brilliant! It's hard to believe that in the 56-year history of the greatest sci-fi television show in the English language, there has never been a fan guide to Doctor Who. The official books might give you what they think you need to know, but only a guide written by a true fan will give you what you really want to know. Join Whovian, the brilliant Mackenzie Flaw, as she takes you on an intensive journey inside the world of the first female Doctor. In the Binge Watcher's Guide to Doctor Who, Season 11. Right, let's get a shift on.
Let's get a shift on. We are back talking about an idea for the animated series, starting with a character that would regenerate into the 14th Doctor. And we have returned. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Dave, what's up? I see you.
So just to run with that, the Penfold came in third in a Penfold lookalike contest. My number 4 pick for who would play the Doctor in an animated Doctor Who series, the Doctor.
The Doctor.
Yeah.
The Nelvana.
Man,
not that was never actually a series, but that was a project they tried.
Yep. That was post Star Wars Holiday Special, I think. So
yeah.
Alrighty, Mark, you're up. Tell us who you picked.
I had to go with if the Doctor regenerates, he needs to be somebody who can't die, somebody who is impervious to pain, and was also had a big heart. So I, of course, went with the inimitable Roger Rabbit. I thought that was, even as a bow tie, because bow ties are cool. Please, Eddie, come on, this is perfect. I think this would be great.
And Jessica Rabbit is the companion?
No, Jessica is the companion. Heck yeah. Because never since Lilo would we have a companion that would have everybody glued to the television.
That's true.
So,
or is she cast as River Song?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, like husband and wife. That would work.
There we go.
No, and Roger is very much a stumbling around, pretending he's not smart, but actually solving all the things, right? So and getting out of all the trouble, and that's Disney. It's completely different from his original novel. So which they were comic strip characters that could pose and make words appear, and then people took pictures of them. But then when they changed it for Disney, it was much better and much more fun and more animated. And I think that character would just make a perfect Doctor. And you never know, he's got all the Acme stuff in his pockets. So not only sonic screwdrivers, he'd have portable holes, and and who knows what else.
Acme brand jelly babies.
Yeah,
exactly.
All the Acme things.
All the
Acme things.
The TARDIS would open up into Toontown, and who knows what else we could get into. We would definitely cross over it, because Roger Rabbit is like the first multiverse of madness, where they were Disney, Warner Brothers, everybody was all together. So you could throw in any other cartoon series into this and legally get away with it, because you'd have Disney money backing you up. So we would have we would finally
portable
have
holes. Yeah, there we go. We get the portable holes that you
portable holes.
through.
You would finally have Daleks teaming up with Cobra, and and to take over the world. And there we go. And who else could stop them but Roger Rabbit?
I think if you wanted to really push this, and again, we're in a fantasy world. You do the whole thing animated, and it's Roger Rabbit. Somehow a live action character shows up, and it's Eddie Valiant.
Exactly, and that was the other thing. You could throw in the live action stuff too. So and then
Mark,
of course,
I know what you have in your hand, Mark. So I'm going to do this.
Well, of course, we'd have to have the commander as the master, and we're Weather Dominator.
You have to wear that all weekend.
I will.
We're gonna
during every panel we do. Somebody take a screenshot. This is awesome.
I was trying to put up the Roger Rabbit picture again, and it didn't want to go up for me.
I guess we're doing helmets now.
There we go. There we go. Helmets.
Yes.
Mine is.
Yeah, I didn't get the memo.
All right.
What was that?
Mine is a little shopping bag thing of shame. The one that the Looney Tunes wear.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sylvester's son is like, Father, I'm so ashamed. That's my little paper bag thing. Oh, that's my little helmet.
That'd be good. Yes, I was thinking, you could throw in any Looney Tunes character, any Disney character with that, and it would just be gold. So there's 2 seasons worth of television right there. There you go, Eisner and BBC, make it happen. Or I'm sorry, Chapek now.
So then can 15 be one of the Muppet Babies? Because then we've got the same sort of a thing.
Oh, no,
everything.
And then you got Marvel. Throw Marvel in because Disney owns it all now. And then we could have Boba Fett and the Mandalorian show up.
Yes.
Just saying.
I'm there.
Throwing it out there.
It's a cluster.
The Ewok series was animated.
Yep. And by Nelvana.
That's
right,
true.
and I just
now
thought about this.
Well, then in that case, the Droid series was animated. They had R2 and D3, so it's really how it goes. Yeah. Speaking of Melina, let's bring you up on the speed. Who did you pick and why?
Rick Sanchez.
Doctor.
I thought that was already given somewhere along the way.
Yeah,
TARDIS and his freaking gun.
Melina, why?
Because I love Rick Sanchez. The end. Goodbye. So anyway, thanks for watching.
Why?
Because first off, it's just come on. It's Rick and Morty. It's Rick Sanchez, and he could either really save us or really destroy us. So
I go for the latter.
That is the Doctor.
Yeah, that is
Doctor.
exactly. That's the Doctor, and I think the kind of mad genius that he is, and even like the what do you call? He has this little. He kind of reminds me of Peter Capaldi's. I forgot the name. Oh my god! From the Suicide Squad, I forgot the name of.
The Thinker.
The Thinker. That's it. He kind of. I don't know why. It kind of reminds me of him in a bit. So
okay.
I don't know. I just think it'll be fun. And there is. I mean, Rick and Morty had some inspiration of Doctor Who. Like the intro would have been great. Yeah, he gives. Yeah, exactly. 12 vibes.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Total 12 vibes. I think.
Plus, Capaldi did the thick of it, where he talked like Rick Sanchez.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, where he swore like Rick Sanchez. Yeah. So
He did. I don't know if you remember some of the scenes in the thick of it, and I'm not gonna repeat obviously because it's words, right? But he says that. Stop.
It rhymes with an animal that quacks.
Blank. Stop blinking, or something like that. And I'm thinking that's something that probably 12 was said, against the weeping angel. Stop blinking.
Especially Peter Capaldi.
Especially Peter Capaldi.
Especially Peter Capaldi. It's like, let's be honest. I think that's his favorite word.
Yes.
Is something to do with the duck.
Yeah, something like that. But I think Rick Sanchez would have been so much fun, and I think maybe the obvious companion or companions, obviously it's Morty and his sister. I forgot his sister's name. Summer, especially Summer. I would have liked more Summer, to be honest. I mean, if there's one companion that I would choose. What?
Wouldn't we all want more Summer?
Like
because
Summer
it's
the
almost snowing
character
outside.
or Summer the season?
He's
Summer
trying
the
to make
season,
up.
he's
He's being a dad joke there, and just
we're down here in Florida, beginning our 8 months of August,
right?
So,
and
whereas we're still fighting off snow.
Yeah, we have 8 months of August. Meanwhile, Melina's in Puerto Rico, so she has all 12
10 months of August. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's like, Summer, what are you talking about?
It's like 90 degrees right now.
Yep.
So it's beach day every day. So yeah, that's it. I think Rick and Morty would have been absolutely perfect because I just like the idea of him, like the universe being in his hands. Either destroy it and just roll 16.
Let's roll 16, Melina, Rick Manager.
Intoxicated.
Take the TARDIS on a joyride.
Oh my god, yes. Imagine him drunk and making the most important decision.
Honestly,
like that Tom Baker scene. Like yeah. Can you imagine Rick doing that kind of decision but drunk?
Oh yeah.
It would have been last. You just go
Yeah.
Yeah, just say that would be great.
I guarantee you,
He'd
first
do the same.
episode.
He'd be like, "Do I have the right? Do I have the right? Yeah, of course I have the right."
Exactly. He'll be like, say something like, F it or something like that, and be like, something like that.
And he'd literally be in the TARDIS like the first day, the first episode. He'd be like, I don't like this, and then he would just destroy it.
Yeah.
It would just be like on block somewhere, gone, and he'd still just be doing his own thing. Like,
and he'd rather make his own little ship or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And just abandon the TARDIS or something like that. That'd be that'd be funny. That'd be really fun. That'd be chaotic. That's what I love, chaos.
Yep.
This is not my choice, but since we're talking about animated folks, let me go ahead and show you what my shirt looks like. Hang on a second.
Oh, geez.
Let's see if we can get it there.
Yes. There we go.
Oh, I like your shirt.
Deadpool with the TARDIS. That would be very bad.
Yep.
That is not my choice, but I thought you guys would get a kick out of that particular.
I've seen that series because I had one like that. That's the Scooby-Doo crew going into the TARDIS in that same pose, and it's like, oh yeah, that would be fun. Another mystery.
I used to have the minions carrying the TARDIS away, Jawa style.
Honestly, the dog would make a good companion too. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we're going to continue our discussion about the animated series, and let's go to Melanie. Melanie will be next. Stand by, please. Wow, we got a lot of pictures I got to go through. Here we go. Commercial break.
Hi, My name is Jamie Engel, critically acclaimed author of The Toilet Papers, Places to Go While You Go, a short story collection suited to match your bathroom needs. Only have to go a little? No problem. I've got stories under 1,000 words for you. Far from poopin'? I've got you covered, with stories over 5,000 words to keep you occupied, while your latrine stays occupied. And that's not all. The Toilet Papers is endorsed by the fine folks from Squatty Potty, the stool for better stools. But don't take my word for it. See what Dookie the Squatty Potty unicorn has to say on YouTube. You won't be disappointed. Well, I've got to go, but you can grab your copy of The Toilet Papers on Amazon in ebook or print, or get an autographed copy from me at therightangle.com. And don't worry, I promise I'll wash my hands first. The Toilet Papers. You might just stay in the bathroom longer than you need to.
Meet the Doctor.
I'm the Doctor.
But not the one you were expecting.
All right, sexy. It's time to go home.
Doctor Who Velocity. Streaming now.
We are a touring acoustic duo crashing kitchens around the country. We go from house to house every Friday night and we create music, we create food, a good time, we stream it live and we do it for free. So now we're just really kind of like trying to develop it and build a community group that people believe in, then they'll help us. So we played from our rehearsal room, we played from the bathroom, thankfully that didn't catch on.
I probably played guitar in my room, not for anyone, in front of anyone, nobody heard, for probably about 10 years.
And then one Friday night we played from the kitchen. It's the main place people want to be. It's where the food is, it's where the drink is, it's where the best lighting is. You can go to any party and I guarantee you, the kitchen is going to be popping.
Our ultimate goal, I think, would be to crash kitchens every Friday all around the world.
Welcome back to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. We discuss our continuing saga of Doctor Who the Animated Series. What it would look like if Jodie regenerated and became an animated character. So we're going up to Melanie now. Melanie, who'd you pick and why?
I went.
It's okay, Mike Spites.
Okay. Hello, Mike Spites. So I decided to go a little bit not villainy, but because this character is not a villain, but a little bit chaotic, a little different. Also, I picked Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz from the Phineas and Ferb series, and I think he would, because let's face it, he can't do bad. He can't any innate horror he creates doesn't work and backfires and is fine. So I think it would be fun that if he had a TARDIS in Ator and you just would travel around and all that kind of fun stuff, I think that would be hilarious.
Who would be his companion?
I don't know who his companion would be. Because it's kind of
his master is obvious.
Well, his master, of course, is Perry the Platypus.
Yeah.
But I think that would actually be like that is his companion because he would.
I was gonna say that's his Missy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because he always captures Perry and he ends up doing, just pontificating theater of here. Let me explain exactly, what's going on to Perry.
All right.
So I could see him tied up and basically Perry would go along with him anyway.
So crossover potential, maybe Dexter from Dexter's Lab would be his companion.
Oh gosh,
that would be interesting. The other one,
because he could be like mentoring Dexter, but Dexter wanting to mentor him, and it would be very.
Oh my!
Well, but I also think that his companion, honestly, I think would be his daughter. Because I think she would also be a pretty damn good companion because I think she would kind of keep him, helping him grow, being a good person. But no, I think it's just that same kind of chaotic fun of just, and he's already built in Christmas specials. I mean, it's Doofenshmirtz. Let it be Doofenshmirtz. I want the Heinz Doofenshmirtz. Because then you can have little musical episodes too, because has a really good voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But yeah, that's I'm 300% on. I would murder to see him piloting the TARDIS because I think he would just be going crazy. Wow, it would be even the comedicness of the show would be astronomical. So That's who I want.
See him versus Cyberman. That would be fun.
Oh, it'd be hilarious because
Yeah.
I think each time it would be the formula with the show would be the him being a doctor, going there to try to help save people, or in reality, or him trying to take over something, and in reality, he ends up saving them. So everything backfires. So everybody thinks he's this good person, and he's not. But it backfires because and then he keeps rolling with this. Oh yeah, we love the doctor. The doctor's here. You know, he's a sign of hope. He's and everything, and he really doesn't like it.
Totally see him like Zoom chatting with Brain and Pinky.
Oh yeah,
trying to figure out how they were going to do it, and then it would totally backfire again.
Yeah.
I just thought we're not just crossovering with the Doctor on the animated. We're also crossing over into other animated.
Yes.
To bring them up.
Once you've gone this far, you have to.
There are no rules here.
Yeah. Speaking of no rules, I'm just going to break one rule because I do like Mark's second choice. Everybody had a choice for their primary and their secondary, but I do want to bring up Mark's second choice just because.
Yes.
That would be good.
Yes. Because come on, he's grumpy. He's got the Capaldi smile. When he does that evil smile that Capaldi, when he's winning, he gets. And his heart's already grown 3 times, so now he'd have 2 hearts growing 3 times.
Right.
And so he'd be super love. And this would be post-evil Grinch, right? But he would still have that criminal mastermind. Plus, we'd get the added bonus of it being voiced by the late Boris Karloff.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be very much, you know, I was walking in the lab late one night, but I was walking in the TARDIS late one night, and it would just be so much fun.
It'd be fun.
I saw that after I had picked Roger, but I just happened to scroll through something, and somebody had a picture of the Grinch doing something on a meme, and I was just like, oh, can you just see him with the Tom Baker scarf? And
K9, so
there's K9 right there, and then just sneaking into houses to fix things and doing all that. He would so tick off the Daleks. He would so tick off Davros. He would so tick off the Master. He would just be that one the kind of evil doctor that Colin Baker wanted to be.
I want him facing the spinning Christmas trees. I want that episode.
Where
the Christmas tree,
he's
right?
Like I said,
so you would do all the Christmas episodes.
I want that Christmas episode of him going against the actual, and I knew they were bad. Like
yes, there's a reason.
There's a reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about it would be
that
great that Shudy's Doctor would actually bring the Christmas specials back, and the first episode would be a planet where an actual Grinch lived. That would be awesome.
That would be so cool.
When they say, well, we don't really have any Christmas specials. Yeah, you do. I'm just saying. Whatever. Yeah. So I really wanted to bring in the Grinch. I thought it was cool.
And he'd be dealing with the Who's. So
that's true. So, wait a minute. Oh, I noticed his backside. Okay, I've been on his backside the whole time. Let's move it out over there. Okay. Nice. Jessica, you are up. So who did you bring to the table?
So I had really hard time because there's so many good people that I was just like, oh my gosh, I want this through this through this. It took me forever. But who I landed on was Uncle Iroh from Avatar Last Airbender.
Oh, fantastic.
Because he has everything. He has the quirkiness, he has the kindness, he has the wisdom, and he also has the grandioseness. So, like, I feel like he has everything that the Doctor needs. And he would be our first Asian Doctor, which I think would be really neat. But, like, I think Uncle Iroh, because everyone already loves Uncle Iroh. But I feel like he would just go into every single situation as like, okay, this is different. Let's figure it out. Let's do it. This sounds great. So I think he would make an amazing Doctor. I think he would be wonderful. And honestly, like companion-wise, he could pick up anyone from anywhere and he would change their lives for the better. So another reason I think he would be a great Doctor.
He would totally be a complete and utter mentor to anyone.
Oh yeah,
anybody.
But he's also such a goof.
Yes,
like, that's what's so beautiful about him is he's
a great sage, but just zany and odd.
Yeah,
and he doesn't always. About him is, oh, good.
Oh, I was going to say he doesn't tell you straight up all the time. Sometimes he makes you figure it out. And he's like, "Oh, so you were making this decision and you thought this was the best decision. Okay. I mean, that is a decision."
Mm-hmm.
But have you thought of it from this perspective? And it's like, oh,
yeah.
But then when when the chips are down and he has to do the thing,
he's capable.
He could totally just destroy whatever,
annihilate everyone. Yes.
He could pull the Pandorica and just and nobody would
He can absolutely clear a route, like just. That's
Good
so
choice.
he ended up my one because he has all of those little pings where I'm like, I want the Doctor to be kind, I want them to be smart, I want them to be wise, but I also want them to be a little silly, but I also want them to like be able to take command. And he's the one that would give everyone a choice. And then you know, like the guy who tries to mug him. If you haven't seen it, go watch that show. It's from Avatar: Last Airbender. But like there's the one little short with him where the guy tries to mug him and he was like, "You're trying to mug me with that stance? No. If you're going to hold a knife, this is how you hold it."
Yeah.
Tell me that's not a Doctor moment.
Oh yeah.
Like
it totally is.
Right?
I have a question for everybody, and I don't know if you've seen it, but I have. There was a YouTube video. I'm sorry, let me jump into the chat just 1 second. Grabbing Doctor What at 50. I like that anime. They use Pertwee as the Doctor. Did you ever see that anime? That was like somebody's first attempt at making Doctor Who an anime. It had John Pertwee as the Doctor. The Brigadier was in it. The Daleks were in it. It was just I don't think I could show it on here, but if you look up YouTube, you could, not right now, but if you look up YouTube for I
on
think
another
it's
device,
Doctor Who anime Pertwee, I think you'll find it because he has this really oddball companion. To me, almost emulated like an anime version of Lilo, where she was just kind of just like unaware of anything, but in essence, she was like also like a Captain Jack type deal, where the Doctor couldn't go, she would go in there and whip some butt. It was just a beautiful anime. It was the first attempt, and I just loved it because they used the original voices of the actors in the anime, and it was really cool to see there. Oh, you got the link there. Yep. I don't know if we can play it, but thank you, Mark, for putting the link in the chat. Appreciate it there. So there is that. I'm excited for whatever comes. Go ahead, Dave.
Oh, I was going to say, for our two insane Trekkie Star Wars types. You, yes, I know. I'm tripping over my tongue. I get smacked for that when I land.
What?
Oh my goodness!
The flying. There we go. Fix that real quick.
I just saw her eyes.
Although here's the other thing: do Star Wars fans? We don't have a name, do we?
No.
Not really.
No,
we're just Star Wars fans.
Well, real ones. I mean, the other ones we call gatekeepers, but we despise gatekeepers.
So Captain Teva, the X-wing cop, one of the X-wing cops, right? The Asian X-wing cop in The Mandalorian.
Yes.
So have you guys seen? Yes, you do. He is Iroh.
Yeah.
He is the new live-action Iroh.
Yep.
Even better.
Yeah.
Is he's from Calgary?
Oh yeah. That was the whole point of this, was so we can get to Calgary.
Yep.
No, so we get just so we could get to more Iroh and more connecting Iroh and Star Wars, so you guys could go off on Star Wars tomorrow.
I love
I agree, Christian.
Just watching the cat come from up here and just go boop, and just her just jumping down from the background was awesome.
Cat alert. I'm excited for whatever comes at the end of this season. I hope it ties in well with the intro to the 14th and the new direction. I feel like I'm not going to say they're going to feel disconnected. I feel like we're going to have almost like the difference between classic and new Who. You could feel a tense difference, especially Sony taking over Doctor Who.
Yeah.
That's going to be very, very interesting. I would love that. Continue your chats, folks, because when we get back from the commercial break, I will give you my animated character when we return. Please continue to stay logged on, tuned in, and become part of the legend. Here we go.
You have more options than ever before when choosing a film, a television or internet series, a book to curl up with, or even a radio show or podcast. Get to know the people who are creating for you. The Hangin' With Web Show, hosted by award-winning author and journalist G.W. Pomacher, is the internet's fastest-growing web talk show series. The Hangin' With Web Show features professional, yet casual, in-depth interviews with creative arts and entertainment pros. Meet the people behind a digital revolution in creating more quality content than ever before in the history of media. Find the Hangin' With Web Show on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, or simply go to www.hanginwithshow.com. That's www.hanginwithshow.com.
I'm trying, man. That was terrible.
What
Nope. Stop, y'all. They're a sponsor. Stop.
No,
why?
Hey, we've had some great sponsors, and we still have more good ones. So I'm glad. So that's good. I'm just glad they're fresh. I mean, as much as I love Jackie Sonnenberg, I didn't need you to see her commercial another 30 times. So I'm waiting for her new book. She's got 3 books out since that one. Come on.
Who is the bait man?
So speaking about fresh, so like I might have a friend who'd be interested in that book. So
Okay.
Who's the author? Elizabeth? What?
Elizabeth
T. Okay. I'm just gonna write it. I'm just gonna send the information to my friend.
Okay,
just your friend.
Tell her to watch the show and watch for the commercial.
There you go.
Okay, full disclosure.
Oh, what? Rewatch the show. Get more view hours. Yeah.
There you go.
Full disclosure, Sage will put commercials in there for me to play.
And I just don't think they hit fully the demographic of our audience. I don't know. So
my new book is
there's no limit to
coming next
geekdom,
month.
so
I think she got some an early peek at it somehow. She's probably a beta reader or something.
that's a different eerie.
Yep.
Different genre of the eerie appellation.
Well, she's got shapeshifters and changers and all that, so it's.
I didn't see that.
I think she's got different interviews than the ones I did, though.
But no, that's true. But I'm just saying I don't know whether I'm going to lust after your characters or not.
I do have to say,
I don't know.
I was very happy. The publisher did let me put in the 2 of my favorite pictures that we took. One is of the Mothman statue's ass in
Point
Pleasant, West Virginia, because he is sculpted, man. And
very
then
nice.
Did you say the Mothman's picture's ass?
Yeah, the Mothman sculpture's ass.
Honestly, if you're a sculptor, you need to make sure you're doing everything correct.
And he's got like an 8-pack. It's this amazing sculpture.
Anybody have an anatomically correct version of this guy?
If you take a look, trust me,
Can I ask you something?
There's a cult that worships this thing, so it's amazing. So
where is this cult? Where do they meet?
Point Pleasant, West Virginia. And
that's why. I love you, West Virginia, but
that's a rock hard.
That booty.
Just Google up Mothman ass, you'll see it.
Good night, folks. Thanks.
Is it thick with 2 C's?
We're done.
It's
a cult
toned.
where they
meet. But then now,
respectfully and consensually,
we've got the second picture I was able to put is from the Bigfoot experience in Georgia, North Georgia, Blue Ridge, Georgia. They have the Bigfoot cast of his foot and everything. They have a cast of a Bigfoot butt that is huge. So, yeah.
Did you say a what? A
Bigfoot butt, Sasquatch butt. Yep. Sasquatch butt.
I thought it meant literally like a Bigfoot butt. I didn't.
Sat in the ground, and they did a plaster cast
it
of
was
it.
a creature Bigfoot, not okay. I thought you meant like literally, like the butt is the form of a Bigfoot. And that's what I thought.
Yep.
How do you get the Bigfoot to sit down for that long?
Well, that's apparently they stumbled upon the print and then cast it. Just they found a bunch of footprints, and then they found this big thing. They couldn't figure it out. They cast it, and then they realized, oh my gosh, this is where one sat.
And they went dead ass, and they were like, okay.
Yeah, Christian's out. All right, so I'm hosting now.
Can I say how funny it is to hear Bigfoot butt because
Yes.
like that's two body parts.
Yes, it's hard to. It was hard to write.
It was easier saying
easier to
Sasquatch.
Take a picture of.
Yeah.
So you got a print of this butt?
Somebody did, and it's at a museum in Georgia, and you can go visit it. When we all go up to DragonCon, we should take a short little drive up.
Okay, so like
we'll go look at Bigfoot butts.
So
right, Dan?
Right?
Right. We do our own thing. We don't need no
Exactly.
Yeah, we got our own
coming
stuff
in
going on.
here.
Leave the bots alone.
I hear Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Andrew, it's his job. This is literally his job, is to find out things like, Mothman.
This is
what
like
I do.
Tina Belcher from Bob's Burgers that she's obsessed with butts. This is like this is the conversation that Tina Belcher will be here.
Yeah.
How did we get on
pretty
butts?
great. So
I don't know.
Christian,
but
who's your pick?
It's my
Oh, really? We're going to back things now.
Well, it's that or Bigfoot.
Well,
butts,
let me get off
so-
my ass and let's do this.
Yeah.
Needed somebody with a short amount of time. I've got to explain this one.
We'll go together. Faith.
Gotta go to the after party with this one.
Yeah.
I needed somebody who had their own
But
I was gonna say that.
Well, that
don't
was
have me on anymore, Christian. I derailed the show.
That really.
I hope everyone has their own butt,
Really
just
woke me up
for
from that conversation of
logistics reasons.
Have their
I'm that little
own-
fish from Finding Nemo that's like, I'm gonna go touch the butt. That's me all day.
I'll be the turtle.
Guys, I'm gonna touch the butt.
I'm gonna touch the butt.
Dude, touch the
Consensually and respectfully.
have their own gadgets.
Okay.
Look at that.
I mean, we're just innuendos playing. There we go, Inspector Gadget, and I do want the Don Adams voice of it, not whatever that movie was. So, he comes with his own gadgets. No, I'm not going any further because it's just going to get worse, isn't it? He has his own car bigger on the inside.
Well, no, because that's that same kind of aspect where he's going to keep goofing things up. So I would assume that he has to have Penny and Brian.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or Brain.
He came up when we were talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Gadget did come up.
Yeah.
I feel like he.
I'll get you, Gadget.
I'll get you,
Yes.
Gadget.
He would
Next
definitely be.
time.
Claw would definitely be the master.
The master, yes, that would definitely. I love everybody's just taking over, but yeah, pretty much, yeah, that would be a great one. Inspector Gadget would be my animated series because he's got all the gadgets built inside of him, bigger on the inside, and then he get out of trouble with everything, and he doesn't need a sonic screwdriver because everything's inside him what he needs.
Yeah.
And I believe Penny and Brain, who would be the K9 in all this, would really.
So here's the here's the real question for you.
Yeah.
Which gadget are we doing here? Are we doing Don Adams? Or are we going to do
Don Adams? No Matthew Broderick. We're doing Don Adams. We're doing the animated series.
Everybody needs
proper version.
Shut it down.
I love this.
Everyone understands
so
what
good.
about butts now. Yeah.
Oh, we got a Sir Mitsu
We're never allowed to lose that. We're never allowed to lose that sponsor.
Like Perk Tweets Doctor. Yeah, you can say that to an extent, yeah. Because John Pertwee loved gadgetry, according to Katie Manning, and he loved all those little fancy knickknacks and stuff there. Go Sonic. Oh, just bringing
go Sonic. Go Sonic.
Does that mean the hat's kind of like the TARDIS? Because he has all these things that can kind of come out of the hat?
It works.
I mean, it makes more sense with the whole Time Lord technology. Everything is coming out of the trench coat and the hat and all that kind of stuff. You could make that he's more human-ish.
Well, he's kind of human, but there's more to him than meets the eye. And,
Again with these things.
Really?
What? Oh, they're coming back.
They came back.
Yeah. There we go.
Wow.
I know it's a Russian bot.
They didn't even show up on the actual YouTube feed. That's the extra weird thing.
Oh, I'm going after that thing
really?
fast.
So
no, like I can see you because I'm admitted, so I can see them even after we block them. But
so that's why
now you're
Christian
showing 'em
left.
there.
Okay.
Weird.
Oh yeah, he saw.
Oh,
I missed it. I better go. Bye guys.
Dr.
At least talking about butts, it's still family friendly because the word butt is hilarious.
Yes, butt is
True.
fine.
When I grew up, butt was a bad word. So
Well, Were you Midwest?
Yeah, we're all old.
No, Tennessee.
Got it, Faith.
Spanish, but
of the traveling butts. We are all butts here.
That sounds so Tina Belcher. I can imagine her.
And mention his pockets are bigger on the inside.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. That one scene in was it The Runaway Bride when he's hiding the contraption that ends up blowing up the Thames River, the sewer thing. Pockets big on the inside, Doctor. But no, Tom, knock it off.
No, because there's Angela falling right up
here
behind
we
him.
go.
I love people.
There we go.
I love our audience passionately. I just this is
my audience.
And our audience
make my
loves
heart,
butts.
make my heart sing.
So to all
derail the butt talk, I'm just gonna say
get off the butt train.
There we go. Oh, what?
This was my second choice. This is my second choice.
That's a good one.
Donatello would be good.
Because there's look at he's got the brains, he's got the physical, and he's got all of the versions.
Yes,
he just keeps regenerating into himself.
Attacks in all the arcade games. He is so deep. He's got the reach. All the others have to get close. He's
you always with that arcade game. You went and got Donatello. You went and got Raphael. You were just asking for it.
Yeah. Plus, you were on the side, which was always a pain.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Nope, still didn't get rid of
Now I
the
want to know
bun.
everyone's second choice.
Please.
All right.
I want that Cyberman episode though.
Yeah.
The Cyberman buns of steel. You know, like
This is so awesome.
I like that.
Everybody's throwing the word butt in their thing. But
I noticed.
Oh man.
Yes.
That would be good.
Oh my God, this has gone down.
Turtle butt.
For all of our friends on the audio, I'm sorry, we're going to be ending the episode on the audio train, but we're going to keep going into the after party. We're going to be talking about the new Doctor. The butts have not stopped, and don't forget,
it's not. It can't be stopped.
The butts of
it's unshakable.
I used to like you, Faith.
Do you guys know these animated in second choice? Mr. Ben, anyone?
Mr. Bean, I think.
Mr. Bean. Okay.
Ben.
Yeah, there was a Mr. Bean cartoon. That's true.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, and Grimly.
Sorry, my turn.
We're gonna go into the cartoon.
Okay, close it out. We're
going to go into the after party. For everybody listening to the audio, thank you so much for joining us. Again, for those of you who... Yeah, we're sorry. No, we're not. No, you're not.
I'm not.
We're going to haul our butts into the after party. Yeah, no butts. Yeah, here we go.
I'm not Tina. Have a good day.
We're just going to end the audio version, but for those of you who want to join us or listen to the audio version, you can sign up on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. We're going into the after party, and we're going, after we get out of our butts out of here, we're going to be talking more about Ncuti Gatwa as the 14th Doctor, and we're doing a little remembrance to George Perez. When we return, oh God.
Cat butt.
Thank you for joining us. Next week, we're going to have a 2-part special. We're going to have a 2-part special. We will be having the preview show on Tuesday for MegaCon, and we will be doing a live feed special from MegaCon itself. What are you doing?
I swear, it was on vibrate. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Okay, yeah.
Butts.
Fine. Thank you for joining us. If you're listening on the audio, everybody else stick around because we're going into the after party right now.
Luna almost knocked over my drink with
Here
her
we go.
butt. Oh, more of them. Crap.
Yeah.
Swat them.
No, swat away.
I'm swatting. I'm swatting in here.
Boom.
There you go.
I'm straight up reporting them as they go. They're coming.
Mr. Ben was a UK cartoon. Great idea.
Oh,
he
Mr.
had
Ben,
changed
yes.
clothes.
All right, you're right.
He had changed clothes in shop and had adventures to do with what he wore, like a suit of armor. He had a medieval adventure. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the.
I'm not familiar with it, so yeah, I'm on the quiet time too.
I want to say late 60s, early 70s. So I think I'm right on that. I'm not sure.
For those of you who weren't able to join us earlier, I'm going to go ahead and rerun a special treat for everybody. This is Faith Kelly. You can check her out at 101 Cosplays to See on her Instagram. But she made this video, and it is just gorgeous. Melanie, if you could take down the moniker, I'm going to go ahead and put up the screen so we can see Faith again for those who did not see her the first time. Here she comes.
I know a doctor when I see one. Most of the time. But the point is, shoot, Gatwa. You're going to be brilliant. You are. I've got a few things to say to you. Be kind. Be happy. Have a laugh. Have fun. Because this is an adventure of a lifetime. And you're part of that now. I'm excited to see all the new journeys we'll go. You'll go. It's not goodbye. Not really. You have proof of that. But it's hard to let go. Right, okay. Who knows? Maybe our paths will cross again. That happens quite a lot in our history. Right, I've got something for you. That is not it. I swore I put it in the pocket. That's the my mask. When I first put on this coat, it had empty pockets. And I vowed for that day on that I would have everything in my pockets. Yes, I have a mini microphone in my pocket. Who doesn't? Found a flower and more rainbow ribbon. All right. I'm getting a shift on. She's getting antsy now. No, that's my Sonic. Swiss Army Sonic. Made out of Sheffield steel. Mainly out of spoons. I made it by myself. Can't wait to see what yours looks like. Oh, I found it. Okay, listen to this properly. Doctor, this is for you. Look after her. She'll be looking after you most of the time, but welcome aboard properly.
All right, and that was our premiere 13th girl, and she's going to be at MegaCon. I forgot the date, so Faith, if you want to put it in there, you want to get a picture of Faith as the 13th Doctor. That was just beautiful. And the funny part about this whole thing is that we've been sharing it. It's also on our YouTube channel. It's on our Facebook page if you want to see the video again whenever you want to. But I had spoken to Gene Turnbow, who runs sci-fi.radio and is also one of the producers of the show out here. I sent him the video, and I said, it'd be cool, Gene, if you would put this video on as one. They have like a video of the day, and the next thing I know, he's sending me the link to the article that they wrote up with Faith and everything. So not only is the video there as well, but there's an article on sci-fi.radio, our producers for the show out here. So you can also read up on Faith at sci-fi.radio. And there it is right there in the picture. So check it out. So congratulations, Faith. And
she's
it was
also
wonderful.
on TikTok.
She is also on TikTok.
Yeah, that's where most of her videos get posted. But yeah, TikTok as well. I'm plugging her. Sorry.
No, that's what we want to do.
I was like Instagram and TikTok. I know she's really big on TikTok. Yeah.
And she did the accent, which is by far. I was just like, wow, she even got the accent nailed.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent that to Gene Turnbow, and his response was, "I'm not crying, you're crying." It literally made him tear up. So he loved that video. So congratulations, Faith.
Mm-hmm.
Faith, I guess you don't have a Sheffield accent. Oh.
Nope, she's from Florida.
She is from Florida. So
she does now. She has the accent, right?
Mm-hmm.
she's got it down. She's getting it down now.
To us, she has. To Mark, clearly not. But then you would know it better than us.
So since we didn't have most of our team over this past Sunday, if you're a Whovian and living under a rock and you don't know, we want to welcome our 14th Doctor, and it's pronounced Ncuti Gatwa. He is going to be taking over the role after Jodie Whittaker ends her run, and he will be the first Doctor of the. I'm running out of tissues. Sorry, Dan. Not only is he going to be the 14th Doctor, he's going to be the first Doctor in now what is now the Sony Productions, Bad Wolf Productions guys. So he's going to be the first Doctor under the second run of Russell T Davies. And this is going to be some real fun out there. I like his teeth. I don't know why.
Smile. His
incredible smile. Yes.
his incredible smile. I am so excited. Really, I am. I'm sorry, I don't sound like it, but I'm tired because I'm tired. But I'm seriously, like I'm buzzing. I'm really am, and I've seen him. I love the way he talks, his mannerism, the way he expresses himself. He just looks so charismatic, and he's charming and he's handsome, and I think he just fits so perfectly to be the Doctor. I really cannot wait. I mean, I wanted, but this is something I've always wanted. I always wanted Richard, and I can't pronounce his last name, so please forgive me. Iowade.
Iowade.
I apologize. I always
Iowade.
wanted him to be the Doctor, though, but this is, I think this is close to it. Maybe even better. And I think under Russell T Davies' wing, I know, no, I don't think, I know, I have a really good feeling that he's just going to shine even brighter. I mean, he's already a star in my eyes, right? And he's had a good career, and but I think he's definitely going to shine even brighter. And I'm sorry, I'm bussing. I really am. I'm really bussing. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see the kind of clothes he's gonna wear, this costume.
I want him to be ginger.
Ginger.
Let him be ginger.
For a while, he was bleach blonde. So
I know, and I
not
was just like,
impossible.
no, it doesn't work for me on the beach blonde. I like him just like this. I would love him
just
like
a Tonks moment. Just a Tonks moment where he regenerates as a ginger. And that I finally a ginger. This does not work. I do not look good as a ginger right now. And goes to normal. That would be great.
So congratulations there, Shooty. And it's spelled. Wow. I could not even get it right. Somebody like 1/3 of the way in the in our recording corrected me. It's spelled N-C-U-T-I, and I was like, it's pronounced Shooty.
Oh, Shooty.
Yep.
Is that saying shoot?
Angry.
But
Yeah.
No.
What do you think his first words would be? Because, like, I know, like, what's her name? Oh my God, forgot her name.
I don't
Jodie.
have any.
Sorry,
I've lost my etheric beam locators.
The Jodie Whittaker's first words were what?
Mark knows.
Were brilliant.
Exactly.
So I wonder what her last words would be. But I wonder what Shooty's first words would be. What do you think it would be? Like, still not ginger, something like that? What do you think his first word was?
Oh, it'll be his catchphrase, just like Smith. That's Russell T likes throwing in the catchphrase right off the bat. So it'll be.
I missed
it'll
the
be quick.
catchphrases.
Yeah,
because Jodie and Peter didn't have really catchphrases. It was Alonzi, Geronimo.
Jodie had tons of them.
Clara.
But which one is the predominant catchphrase on Jodie? That's the one.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Okay, brilliant. So what was Peter's? He didn't have one then.
His was very.
Clara. He kept saying Clara.
Unfortunately.
Utmost.
What if he just wakes up? What if he's just standing there and all of a sudden he says absolutely nothing? That's all we see right there is a smile, and that's it. That's the intro that we get.
Yeah, maybe his trademark would be a smile, because like not everyone has to have like a trademark saying. For example, like Peter was his eyebrows.
Paulie had the attack eyebrows, so yeah.
Yeah.
So I think maybe.
I think that is a good question from Mark, though, because we've had, couple different accent changes, so we don't know if he'll be Scottish or if he'll be English or.
Like Peter Capaldi kept his accent. Sylvester McCoy was the first Scottish actor to be cast.
And he kept it,
as the Doctor, but he had an English accent.
And David as well.
David Tennant as well. Peter Capaldi was the first Scottish actor to keep his accent. So I wonder if Shooty will be in that same if he's gonna keep his accent or if he's gonna do more of an English accent. I wonder. I don't mind either, really. I kind of prefer his original accent, because I'm a sucker for accents, and I think he's so charming. I love the way he talks. I'm bussing. I'm telling you, I'm bussing.
I remember people getting like they couldn't. They were in that, and I say people, I say Americans. Were in that. I can't understand Peter Capaldi, And I can't, going on and on and on.
Then again, my mother
when
couldn't understand Donna, so like,
thank you. So
she was like, I don't understand. Is she speaking English? And I'm like, yes, mother,
yes,
she's
yes,
speaking
she is.
English.
Not that bad.
And he was like, no.
And the second they announced John Bishop, I was like, well, these people are gonna be in for a time because just get over it.
What about me? I'm Puerto Rican. I don't understand half of the things these people say, and oh, excuse me, that sounded wrong. These people say, wow, that kind of accent.
We are okay. We know what you mean.
You know what I mean, right?
English is a second language. I understand what you meant.
Right. I had working in tourism. I had a couple of people who were from Liverpool, and that was a challenge. But even more challenge to people who like at the airport, like what do you call those porters? You know, because I pay for these porters to help my tourists, and they look at me and they tell me in Spanish. It's like, I don't understand the heck what they're saying. I really don't. What? ¿Qué están diciendo? ¿Qué? It's like, and it's like I try to tell them, it's like, I'm really sorry. It's like, no, it's okay. And I told them, I'm so sorry, but you sound like John Bishop. but I mean, in like, obviously in a cute way. But I mean, if you have a problem, let's say, because a lot of people get worried about that. It's like, oh, I'd rather have like an English accent, but but subtitles. Use subtitles. I use subtitles. I don't understand it a lot, and there are words in English that I still don't understand, and I just, what I do is just put it on subtitles.
No, you're right.
I mean,
I think people need to learn that the onus on themselves to go, if I don't understand it, then put the subtitle. Everything you can easily put subtitles on nowadays. It's not something that you're.
You know, my fear is that the subtitles don't even figure it out. It's going like, I can't understand a damn word they're saying. I'll make up words as they go along.
With Velma looking for her glasses, going, my subtitles. I can't hear without my subtitles.
I had an actual coworker had to come and find me because, you know, I work at Universal, so we have a lot of people from a lot of different places. And we had I had a coworker come up and ask me, they were like, hey, Jessica, I need you to come translate for me. And I was wondering because, like, I speak park Spanish, but the person coming to me was a native Spanish speaker. And I was like, what do you mean translate? And they were like, I can't understand what they're saying. And I was like, okay. And they're like, they're Scottish, and I know you can kind of do like a Scottish accent, so I assumed you could understand them. And so I was pulled, and sure enough, this person had a very, very thick Glasgow accent.
Oh.
Very thick. And I could understand them, but I can absolutely understand not being able to understand them, because I mean, it was like,
nope, I get it.
It was very thick. But I just thought it was so funny. I was brought to translate English to English.
Oh yeah, and that was I remember doing Spooky Empire once, and people had shown up, and they were actually they were wearing from the premiere ship. I'm trying to think the tune. Oh, what is it? One of the black and white teams. Okay, anyway. Had very thick Cockney accents, and one guy because we were going across where we were trying to give him directions and stuff, and one gentleman had a very thick Cockney accent. Me and my husband are talking, blah, blah, blah. His mate was so thick. Me and Kevin were like, oh, we can't do this. We're trying to translate English to English to English, and it was just such a thick accent, and it was just straight up Cockney. I was like,
if he starts doing Ryan slang, you're screwed.
I mean, that was thick, but I mean, I will stand by that. Like 95% of language is body language. I worked in a kitchen for a year, and it was literally 3 people in the kitchen. It was me, Kulvinder, and Diana. Diana only spoke Cuban Spanish, and she had a very thick accent. Kulvinder only spoke Punjabi, and I only spoke English, and I could kind of get through with the Spanish. A lot of it was miming and just like mia, you know, and just that kind of thing. And we best of friends. We could laugh, we could choke and all that kind of stuff, because you body language really can get you a lot of places. And miming, it is.
Which then brings us right back around to, could his catchphrase just be a strike?
That was Newcastle United.
Smile.
Thank you, Andrew. Sorry, it was Newcastle United. It was Geordie. I was wrong. It was Nakagi. It was Geordie, and that thing was thick.
I'm just picturing the new Doctor going up against, the Cybermen, and they're like, you can do nothing. Alex.
Oh,
every evil thing, just strike a dramatic pose with a big dang smile.
Yep.
I thought it was gonna like that scene from the series that is in the sex education where he hits. No, where he says he says something like, I need you to stop right now, and the person like gets up and walk away. I mean, I can imagine him doing something like that to the Daleks or the Cybermen. Yeah. I can't imitate the emulate. Thank you. Wow, my English is bad sometimes. Sorry. But I can imagine him doing something like that, or his smile, because he has such a great smile.
Yeah.
So it'll be like,
okay. During the early days of lockdown, the Royal Shakespeare Company started broadcasting Globe Theater productions for everybody. You didn't have to pay. You didn't have to be a member. It was free for everybody for a limited window during lockdown. And I was watching Midsummer Night's Dream, and he was in it as a bit player in it. And I kept saying, man, did they screw up? He should have been Oberon. Why was he not Oberon? Because he could have stolen the show. He was amazing in it. And then now when they announced this, I was like, is that the guy I had to Google back in the Royal Shakespeare Company? And sure enough, it was. I'm like, that makes perfect. I'm in. I don't care. I'm in. So
I think the people most excited for him to be the Doctor is Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Need to see him on sex education out there.
Yeah.
Just to give you a bit of a background, and this is coming from Wikipedia, he was born October 15th, 1992 in Rwanda. I can't pronounce the name of the city, or if that's the city. The family later escaped from Rwanda during the Rwandan genocide in 1994 and settled in Scotland. So when you hear him talk, you can hear the Rwandan accent and the Scottish accent kind of just like they're trying to work with each other. But they kind of sound like they're fighting each other at the same time. But be interesting what kind of accent he takes on when he takes on the role, if he's just going to be his natural accent or something of that nature. I was going to check out Sex Education when I get a chance. I just haven't. But this is going to be interesting. This is going to be wild. I would love to see his interpretation. And in RGD, we trust. I mean, he brought the show back in 2005, and it's still been running. Now he's come back a second round to make sure it gets up, and now he's moved it over with Sony. And I still can't get my head around it. It's still BBC, but the same production company that brought us Spider-Man No Way Home is going to be taking over and helping Doctor Who. So I'm like, yeah, okay. We finally got the stance that the show should be on. So if I'm worried about it ever going into the wilderness years, not now. And with a guy like Russell T Davies handling it, I think we're in good hands. It's nice.
Now we need Murray Gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
I have to say
he's a little busy.
I love Murray Gold. I love his music, but I really want to hear what I always lose his name. The current guy, can do with a new Doctor. I think he deserves a second Doctor. I have not heard otherwance.
They haven't made any announcements on that yet.
The thing is, everybody's assuming because RTD is bringing back everybody from the first appearance.
Murray Gold was quite enthusiastically retiring. Like he's like, I've done this for more time than I need to. Akinola, yes. It's a good Akinola.
And nothing against Akinola. It's just that Murray Gold has, for better terms, set the gold. He set the gold standard. I could walk into a location and his music's playing. I could tell you the episode or the character that he's talking about.
He had a very Williams, like John Williams
way
of doing it. He gave people themes, he gave it cinematic, and like you knew when a moment was going to be epic. Whereas I feel like the current composer, he sets the mood, but he doesn't write distinct music.
There you go.
And for me, like, I grew up, John Williams is he's my boy. So like I loved Murray Gold stuff because once again, for me, I like when someone walks into a room, I can recognize that theme and I kind of know where that's going. Like they'll have little things where you'll hear, like, if you listen, just the way that he composed with River's theme and how it's playing music backwards. And like those type of like brilliant things that are mixed into like it's storytelling with the music. And currently we're not getting storytelling with the music. I love little hints, or when you use the same chord of one character and that happens to be related to another character. I like music that tells story. I like to listen to scores. I only listen to scores, and I have not wanted to listen to any of the new stuff because I'm not saying it's bad. It sets the tone for it, but it's not distinct.
But it's not Jessica. I agree completely what you're saying here, and to be clear and not there be any misunderstanding. The current composer, I'm not saying is bad. I'm not saying his music is bad. I'm saying like it's not fit for Doctor Who, and let me explain. His kind of music, it looks like it fits like an NCIS kind of thing, like a Law and Order or some other genre of TV.
He's writing for drama, and there was such a dynamic. And I'm just like saying, it's nothing against Akinola. I think we were actually spoiled with Murray Gold.
Yeah. Because, also, how many seasons did Murray Gold have to keep building and building and make those architecture?
But there was a difference between like Partners in Crime, the Doctor song, the song of Entrapment. I could go through my head. The Gallifrey song, where I could walk into anywhere, and the song would be playing and say, "Oh God, that's Murray Gold. Oh, that's that episode, or it's that character." And he wrote the Doctor's theme song, which I thought was, oh, well, okay, now the Doctor has a theme song, and it's just one of the most gorgeous things, even when it goes running on. I'm just like...
And, like, Jodie doesn't have... And I'm so sad. Because, like, Jodie doesn't have her own like...
theme. It is sad. Like Matt Smith, like the Ninth Doctor.
And it's not saying we have to get, like, Murray Gold, because if you look at it, like, Michael Giacchino has really kind of taken...
Oh, yes.
He's taken the same steps, and he's gone to try to mimic Williams for, like, Rogue One and, all the other ones that they've kind of pulled them into. So it's not saying, like, we have to get Murray Gold back, but get someone that will follow in his footsteps. And it's not saying, like, I don't miss John.
The other thing is,
did they want that?
Exactly. I don't know whether or not
I don't think they did.
That.
So that's why I say I would like to see him do another Doctor to see what he can do. Maybe he can be Murray Gold and was told not to.
We might need to look at his history stuff, though, of what he has done. Like I haven't researched that.
Andrew
He's young, but he doesn't have a long history, but he does have it.
Yeah.
Andrew asked, do you love Ludwig Göransson? If you do not know, he does the music for The Mandalorian, as well as Book of Boba Fett. And goes as well as Williams. And what I'll say to that, because I'm crazy, is there's certain pieces I love of Göransson. There's some pieces I don't like. Because I will go even further and say I think Samuel Kim is a better composer if you want me to start stacking them up on top of one another. I like Samuel Kim because I think he's closer to an heir apparent of John Williams, next to Kevin Kiner, who did all the score for who Kim and
Kiner had to learn. Kiner had to get there, though. Kiner's
he had to get there for Clone Wars.
It was a little rough.
Oh yeah, because I mean, his stuff from the early first season of Clone Wars now, to Rebels to Bad Batch, completely different. I can listen to that soundtrack completely, honestly. But Kim to me is closer to Williams than even Göransson, because I the Mandalorian theme is absolutely incredible.
I think Ludwig does
like the Book of Boba Fett theme.
I've just been listening to Elfman's Doctor Strange soundtrack all weekend, so that's.
I'm avoiding it. I desperately want it because I love Danny Elfman, but I will not be seeing Doctor Strange 2 until this coming weekend.
What?
So I'm.
Don't listen to the score.
Don't listen to the score then.
I'm avoiding it like the plague. I've been binging Moon Knight. as a soundtrack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he's done some amazing stuff. Pesham Nazi, he's done some amazing stuff with that one, and it's just so much energy in that. It's like.
But in regards to Ludwig, I think he embodies the distinctness that the separate Mandalorian show is meant to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I
get
like
a
him where
gunslinger feel from it.
I like
and
him where he is. I do not think he should do anything else with Star Wars. I think he needs to stay in his genre, and he does that very, very well.
Because let's face it, that whole scene with Luke Skywalker when we first spoilers.
Wait, we got to do it proper.
What?
Spoilers.
Fantastic.
So the scene at the end of the Mandalorian.
Even that music for both of those was really good.
Yeah, exactly, right there.
Right.
Yeah, I just had
the scene for Luke when they're on the ship and from the end of season 1 Mandalorian. 1, 2, crap, I'm getting lost. But anyway, when Luke's coming through and he's just slicing through, and they're like, a Jedi. We don't know who it is. And they're slowly that slow build.
Yeah.
That was Samuel Kim. That wasn't Goranson.
Yeah. Nope.
That's the kind of stuff that Kim brings to the table. So yeah, and that's also technically called Luke Skywalker theme. So FYI. Shutting up because I know this is a Doctor Who theme.
Sorry, gang. I gotta bail. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
This is important. This is publicist. So
it's okay.
You know,
Hashtag big
hashtag be busy.
You're gonna make money.
Hi, gang.
Stuff.
Love y'all. And it was fun being on. I'm sorry we didn't get to say goodbye to George.
Check out Mark on the YouTube channel Eerie Travels. Please make sure I've subscribed.
And I'll see you all at Mega and at Spookala this weekend if you want to see me there. So
yes,
goodbye, gang. Love y'all, and goodbye, George Perez. We miss you.
Yes.
We'll talk about him in just a moment. Question: can you have a multiverse with Doctor Who? My answer is no, and my reason is can't have a multiverse when you're already having interdimensional time and reality show already. What do you guys think?
Makes a good point.
Yeah, I especially with that argument, I definitely have to agree with Mark.
A damn good point. Because at first I'm like, no, and then oh.
I feel like that might lend itself to that, though.
Yeah.
So it's a different type of multiverse. So, because the thing is, it's not a multiverse that we're seeing with like Marvel, where it's like universes that are set. This is a temporal multiverse, and I think that's a distinction. I think there's definitely possibility with multiverse in regards to Doctor Who, but it's not going to be the way the MCU or even DC is set up, where it's like this is their own pocket universe, and this is actually the Doctor even says that there are pocket universes. So technically, because so technically
that's where Zana got stuck, and Rose is in a different one, so they have their own.
Multiverse does technically already exist with.
I think it depends on depends on the definition of a multiverse.
Yeah, because
Marvel's already explained what Earth, what's 616 or 636. Oh, my brain's not.
But he's also mentioning. I'm trying to ascertain what the difference between the multiverse and interdimensional time, because we did have an episode of technically was Inferno back in the Third Doctor's time, where he accidentally went to another dimension where he met a completely just like Age of Steel and all that, where he slipped into another location, but we never did get to see if there was an alternate Doctor at that moment. So I'm sure there could be books and other causalities and in other fiction of Doctor Who that might have explored it. So I guess it depends on where you want to head with that.
Yeah, I don't know if you would dimension versus universe, and what is the difference between that? Because technically a dimension itself is its own encompassing universe. So to say that they are, I think they're one within the same. Multi-dimensional and multi-universal, because like multi-universe is literally multiple universes. And so if you have multiple dimensions, you have multiple universes, just not per the way that other fictional things write it. So I would define multi-dimensional as multiverse. Yep. There we go.
She pulled that out of her butt.
Oh, we're back on butt
Well, we're talking about butts again.
Oh, here we go.
Because we missed our.
I have a game. Speaking of butts, I have a game for all of our YouTube watchers. Whenever you see the porn bops pop up, everybody report them.
Yes,
because everybody can. Just those are not the butts we want in this show. So please, just
not a butt.
Boom, boom. Yeah,
No,
we're all
I'm trying to get rid of them in StreamYard as fast as David's trying to ban them in YouTube.
Yeah,
everyone
and I'm
can do
not
it.
going to be around for too much longer myself. So
okay. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and get to we'll wrap up the show, and I don't like it to go into sad ending, but George Perez, he passed, and I apologize, I don't have the date on me, but he just passed recently.
7th, I think.
I think he was cancer, but pancreatic cancer, yeah.
Yes.
So, and we lost a great individual. Now, I've seen him only in passing. I've not seen him. I wish, it's one of those things you meet people in the convention area. And I used to joke around with a cosplayer named Cecil Grimes, where if you know anything about Cecil, he is a cosplayer for Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. It took me 3 years to finally speak to the guy, only because when you work at a convention, if you're running a booth or something like that, you really don't have time to barely have time to go into a convention, let alone talk to your neighbor. And it was just one of those things where George was always like on the other side somewhere. He was across the room, but still too far, too late to talk to the guy and find out more about him. And now, unfortunately, he is gone. So if anybody wants to give a little bit of a tribute to George, please, by all means, toss it in the chat. Just so know if you met him at a convention, if you want to discuss about his work. But he passed away, and the comic book world is just never going to be the same again.
I'm just going to miss him in his shirts. Okay, so so here's the thing.
Yeah, his shirts were good. I love this shirt.
And that's the weird thing for me to speak on him, is that I just remember him being a character, or not a character, but he was a fixture in the comic conventions that I went to. So every time I went to the ones I would be going to, he was always there. And he became someone where it's like you could tell people where your booth was in relation to George Perez. Because he was old, because he had an effervescence about him. He always had a huge line. He was always wearing a colorful shirt. Yeah. So you could see
John Nathan Turner follower.
He had a ball in his shiny head. But I mean, it was just one of those things of, okay, well, where's George Perez? And then, talking to other people, just being so excited, getting something, getting one of his Wonder Woman comics signed, one of getting, either when he was working, because there was times where he was just only doing covers. So he was doing, he did DC covers, he did Marvel covers, but I mean, he was really, and his career was long. I mean, he was somebody that you didn't realize that how old he was. To me, he was like somebody that was always like perpetually 50s or early 50s. And bless, I mean, he passed away and he's 67. But his career, he started like penciling, I think it was like the Avengers, like in the 70s.
Yeah, and Marvel.
And then Marvel. Yeah. So and then I know he was Teen Titans was, I think, the next thing, sometime like in the 80s, maybe.
Wonder Woman.
But yeah, that was like the big thing that really propelled him, was when he did the pencil. I think he did the story, but he like relaunched Wonder Woman. And as you might be able to see, the tail going crazy. Really. Oh, Luna. So anyway,
part of the show.
She's got to be part of the show. But so for me, it's I know what he did. I know his background pretty well enough. I wasn't like an avid crazy reader of, like, for me, DC. I was my comics is very much was X-Men, 90s X-Men. So if you didn't do anything in that, I didn't really follow it really too well. So that's it. Maybe the Marvel crossovers, that kind of thing. But I mean, I knew who he was. I respected the hell out of him, absolute amazing person. I always saw like the long line. And that was the other thing. You could always tell where he was, because he also had a long line. But again, lived in Florida, so he was going to be at the same conventions as I was. So I always was used to seeing him there. So it's going to be one of those things going.
If he could.
Oh, absolutely.
He was still doing the con circuit even as he was ill.
And he was still planning, once he had announced that, look, he can't do this anymore, the health was failing, that he was still planning on going to MegaCon. He was going to still try, like that was going to be his last. So I believe MegaCon, they had already did an announcement that they're going to be having a memorial service for him at MegaCon. So probably see me there. Pay my respects.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
he passed on May 6th at the age of 67. Not only that, he passed in Sanford, Florida, which is just north of me, like a half hour at best. So to know somebody of that magnitude, and he was just, it just seems to be kind of those weird moments. It's like you were in the presence of greatness and you just didn't even know it. And unfortunately, just because of the way things run at a convention, sometimes you just don't have time to acknowledge, talk to the person, and get to know them. Life is short.
He was here. I didn't have a chance to talk to him. He's in any case, he's Puerto Rican. Even he was born in New York, but his parents are Puerto Rican. They're from my city. It's called Caguas, and that's my city. That's where I currently am from and where I'm living. And so he was born in New York because his parents actually met in New York. I know that much. And when we heard he died, we got really sad. We are really, I know the whole comic book world, is sad, but it's particular sad here in a way. It really did, because he came here to Puerto Rico Comic Con, and he was, like we say here, un amor, like just a lot of love, and very interacted with his fans, and he was, Puerto Ricans are kind of like proud people. So we're like, it made us proud as Puerto Ricans to have a representation like that in the comic book world, and him being so proud of his roots. And hello, from my city, that's even bigger. So like, and he was always smiling. He was always such in a good mood. Always, I remember, he was in the conventions that I was in, but I never had like you said. Sometimes there's so much to do, there's so much to see, and not enough money, not enough time, blah blah blah, or whatever. But the line, my gosh, to meet it, and he was such a sweetheart, and took his time to really talk to them. And I have friends who had the honor to meet him and take pictures with him, and he's always smiling, always giving a hug. And I'm very, very, very proud to be of his heritage, and that's something that made us happy and made us proud. And so when we saw the news, we really took it to heart. And Puerto Rico Comic Con, because they're the ones who invited him over, right? Really sad. So they paid a little tribute to him. And but people like that, even though it's sad, but his work will always live on. And I know it sounds, but it is it is kind of sad. It really is. And I think he had no kids, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was married, and I think he had a brother, but I don't know if he had kids though.
I don't think he did. I'm going onto the wiki right now. I know he was married, but no.
Right.
Well, let's just say this for I just want your thought process on this. Alina, if you had the chance to come to MegaCon and he was still around, but you knew that this would be his last convention, what would be the one thing you would ask him or tell him at that moment?
I don't know. I think I'll say thank you. I don't know. I can't. I probably just thank you, really, because I don't want to sound so cheesy, but see, having like I said, Puerto Ricans are like very proud people, and I mean it in a respectful way. I'm not talking about proud like ego. I'm talking about like it makes our heart swell. Is that how you swell?
Yeah, swell with pride.
Thank you. And he never hid the fact that he has Puerto Rican background, like Benicio del Toro. Like he's a guy who's very famous in Hollywood, but he comes to Puerto Rico like 5 times a year, and he goes and even walks around in my university campus and everything. And he's, you know, like a down-to-earth kind of guy, and that kind of thing that makes us proud, because that kind of representing us, especially in a country that's been through so much with all the catastrophe we had. But I do want to say thank you for showing his love and passion in his comic books, in his drawings, and just making us feel like, remembering that Puerto Ricans are geeks too, and having that proud moment, and seeing somebody from your country and from your city working in the comic book industry, and thinking like, wow, coming from his parents, coming from a small island like this, and some of the things that I think myself is like, I'm from this small island, where am I gonna go? Am I gonna go do something big? Am I going to do, I don't know, documentaries? Am I going to go far in YouTube? You know what I mean? Those kinds of things. And he, for me, is an inspiration. So I just would say, really, just thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for helping us escape, and thank you for giving us a little boost of energy and hope that no matter where we're from, no matter where we're born, that anything is possible. And if you dream it and you believe it, you can definitely achieve it. So that's what I would say to him, definitely. And I'm kind of I'm getting kind of sad now, because I think I'm sad because I didn't have a chance to meet him, and he was right there. And I didn't have a chance to really talk to him, and it was just one of those moments where it's like, next time, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that happened. Oh, next time, I know he'll be here next time.
No, it was the same thing with Stan Lee. I was just like, God, he's doing every convention. I'll eventually catch up to him one time.
Right.
And I just faltered out, and unfortunately he passed. I was like, this guy's going to live to be 120. I didn't even, like, he's going to every convention. So, and then, you know, it just,
that's something happened on her end where
no,
she
that's fine. That's
dropped
fine.
out. So hopefully she'll
be back
join
soon.
us. Yeah, she'll join us right back.
I'm taking care of the YouTube channel while you've been taking care of this.
I know, we're just swatting. Like, oh, good Lord.
I'll wrap it up this way, Melanie. If you had a chance, if he did come to MegaCon, knowing that this would be his last convention, what would you have said to George?
I would have, hey, George, have a good show. I mean, honestly, I just,
Yeah, I would think the same thing too. I would just
because honestly, it's
I don't know
I don't want to take time away from somebody that would, you know, I would honestly, I'd probably seen him during, which I many times have, during setup or loadout or walk. I remember walking out to my car and knowing where he was because of his shirt. You know, it's that kind of thing. So it's just going to be the, you know, you're going to be missed, you know, miss seeing you and, you know, spotting him. But I honestly, we never ran in the same circles or even as an acquaintance, but you know, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be able to properly like eulogize him, even if he was standing right here watching the show. I'd be like, I love you. I respect the hell out of you. Thank you for all the, you know, putting a smile on my face when I'm seeing him laugh with his buddies, you know, that kind of thing. Or it was just always kind of a fun thing of just, you felt good that, you know, you're at MegaCon, you're selling, you're like, oh shit, there's, George Perez, you know, and you know, again, I remember walking out, how many MegaCons I've done now, how many Tampa Bay Comic Cons I've done now, how many, you know,
it just seems like part of the furniture. It's just like,
and it was just part of that fun. I mean, there's times, I mean, you're walking to the hotel, and you know, I'm waiting at the crosswalk, and you know, there was, you know, another comic artist, or you know, that kind of thing. It's
exactly.
So it was, for me, it was part of what makes a convention home. So I'm going to miss that part of home, that familiarity. That's what I'm gonna miss. not being able to say where my booth is in respect to him. Or so, I mean, it can kind of, I get, it could sound petty, but it's just that there's a piece missing and it's not going to be replaced because that piece was George Perez.
I don't think it's petty, because I used to call it jokingly the Florida conglomeration, where there was like a group of people that you saw at all the conventions at Tampa Bay and MegaCon, at sometimes over at in South Florida or wherever, and it just seems like that was it. It was just, we knew they were there.
Yeah.
We knew that they were across the road, but beyond that, there was no relation. You know, so close but so far away, because we just never got a chance to have that relationship. And I hope as we get conventions going back, we start to have those relationships.
We'll start having that again. But I think it's having the missing 2 years of conventions that's kind of gone apart a little bit. But I think we'll start slowly get that back, especially when we start seeing one another over and over and over again, and start learning the names of the people that, you know. And that was always a thing where it's like, oh, I've always seen you, you know, how many times I always know, you know, I'm usually in line behind you, getting my passes, you know, checking in for exhibitor. Oh, okay, your name's Rob. All right, cool. And then, you know, all those little times you bump into one another after that, you know, you start building on that. Hell, it was how I met you.
Yeah. And then just happened.
Recognized you how many times? I went, okay, do I know you, or what's your, you know, that kind of thing.
That's what I was talking about, Cecil. I saw him like how many times? It took 3 years, and it took a convention in Dallas to say, listen, we're going out to dinner. All of us. We're just going to do it. And we talked and had a wonderful time out there. Faith says, I don't mean to change the subject, but on the next time topic, you got to seize the moment. I briefly talked to Bob Saget last MegaCon, and we found out what happened to him. So it truly hits hard and unsettling how life short can be.
Yeah.
I tell Chrissy, it's because when we go to these conventions, it's kind of that Eminem song. And I'm trying to remember what the song is. You got to do this, own this. I can't remember the song properly, but you know, you get one shot. Do not miss.
From the
8 Mile song.
The 8 Mile song, yeah. It's just like, this is the one moment, and you've got to make it count. And there's so much going on. You have to pick and choose what you're going to do, and that's the hardest part about the convention, because it's kind of like a theme park. You could spend your whole day there and not get anything done.
Yep.
Not see everything all there, not see all the talents, and we don't appreciate it because we're stuck at our booths. So when Sunday hits around, when they're having all the special deals, I do see that cat, Melina. I saw the tail. When you finally get to meet that person that's just been sitting three tables away from you, but here's the moment where you finally connect. It's just one of the sad things about conventions, because when it's over, it's over. You just try to make that connection eventually, and hopefully the next time you catch them. And the conventions really bring people together. Honestly,
yeah.
It's a one field where I tell folks there's a difference between like sporting events and conventions. When sporting events get together, they're painting their faces or wearing their favorite jerseys, and they're sitting on opposite sides of the field, and they're not geeking out. They're only rooting for their home team. Go to a convention, you will see Captain Kirk playing soccer with Darth Vader, and the Doctor's over there trying to catch the ball, and Pokemon's walking around trying to kick it. I mean, you bring your heart, body, and soul, and there is no limits to the geekdom, because you are sharing what your passion is with other people, and there is no limit.
There's a lot of boosters. Everybody's ready to boost one another.
Exactly.
Everyone's not ready to, and that's the one thing. It's like I always hated about.
Did you say, Mark? Conventions family.
Yeah. The whole the people who make fun of other cosplayers, like, oh well, you didn't do that right. Those are people who are saying that because they're sitting at home watching it through Facebook or social media, or they're picking apart Instagram something. Those are the people who will critique a cosplayer, and that makes those cosplayers not want to go to a convention. Because in reality, once they go to a convention, every other cosplayer that I've ever interacted with is always boosting, no matter how good or how they unfortunately think bad. All levels are just, everyone's just boosting. Like, oh my God, you did this. Oh, that's awesome. You know, it's it's very much an uplifting, like convention is family. It's that kind of thing.
Right. This opportunity lasts one in a lifetime. That's right. And somebody asked me, I think it was Mark, saying like if I'm going to MegaCon. I live in Puerto Rico. Sadly I can go. Maybe next year I could go, but I would like to go to Dragon Con. I would love to go that. But I think most of the times it's like the convenient thing about going to these conventions is like, for example, me wouldn't mind meeting you guys. I think it's a great opportunity to meet other people also online, and I've done that before, like in here but I've never been to a Comic-Con like outside of my country. Never. Not Florida, not in the one in Georgia. Dragon Con's in Georgia.
In Georgia. It's in Atlanta.
Atlanta. Okay. In Atlanta, I was so close of going to New York Comic Con. So close. And that was...
I would love to.
when Stanley was there, and it was a graduation. It was going to be a graduation gift from my father when I graduated from university. But for some reason, the people, which I regret so much, and if you want to know the tea, I'm no longer friends with these people. But they did something stupid, something wrong that it just messed up everything. And sadly, bye, Jeremy. And
bye, Jeremy.
I'll catch you next time.
I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't make it. And so that was another missed opportunity. And I wanted to meet Stan Lee. Stan Lee was going to be there. And from here, same here, like from here to New York is like 2.5 hours maybe. Same with Florida, same with Atlanta approximately. So it's, I could make it the trip, but it just couldn't happen. And it was a really missed opportunity. I really do. And stop it, Pluto. Stop.
It's okay. Have
No,
Luna
it's too late. There you go.
The good and the bad thing is Luna has been going back and forth on my desk. The thing is, she's just such a tiny cat. That's why you only see her tail.
Well, she's
just
fat.
Oh, I have some monsters, but they luckily don't need to be in the room with me.
We're gonna wrap this up. Go ahead, Melanie.
No, it's gonna read Fates.
No,
you want me to read Fates? Okay, what a wild time conventions can be, fun all around, and people accept one another with their interests and are uplifting. That's the other word I was looking for, uplifting. Most of the time, from my experience at least. Yep, there's always going to be the issues here and there and just but all in all, convention people are good people. I always like to say that we're all extroverted introverts, or possibly introverted extroverts, in that most people that go to conventions are more socially awkward. You're not really talking all the time, but you get all your tribe of people. When you're surrounded by the same people, you won't shut up.
I'm still loading. That's what
me.
Melanie says. Introvert, extrovert, introvert. What?
An introvert is somebody who's everything's about you're more quiet and you're more socially awkward. Introverted.
Okay.
Extroverted is
extrovertido. Okay, introvertido, extrovertido, introvertido, introvert. Yeah. Extrovertido, extrovert. Okay, so extrovertido is someone who's more outgoing, right? No,
right. So someone who's typically always outgoing.
Okay.
Against somebody who's just very
okay.
But once you get them into a comic convention,
okay,
bam.
Okay,
they're gonna be, because you're safe. You're around the same people.
Same people. Okay, yeah. Okay.
And I see personalities change like crazy. And I know personally I'm one of them. I mean, I can talk like crazy here online. I've got my camera. I'm in a safe space. Same thing at a Comic-Con. I'm on. Let's go. Let's have fun. Otherwise,
that's me all the time. That's me even at work. They treat me badly, but
I always have to be told, like, if I'm at my old job, the thing that would always happen with me is, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I'm like, what do you mean what's wrong? You look angry. You look sad. I'm like, that's my face. What are you talking about? So that's my...
We got to wrap up, gang. We are going to go into our second hour. No problem there. We'll just get to the final chats. If you want to run through the chats, Melanie, real fast, what I'm going to do is next week, we're going to have 2-part special. We're going to have on Tuesday, normally this time, we're going to have a pre-show. We're going to have all our friends who are going to be at MegaCon. They're going to be joining us, and we're going to have a preview special of everybody out there. possibly from the Kitchen Killers, the Hanging with Web show. They're going to be out there. Our Dalek Builders. We're going to have a massive show of people who are going to be at the convention. And then on Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we will have a live show thanks to the Hanging with Web. We will be having a live show performance over at MegaCon at 5 o'clock. So this, and it will be in simulcast with Fan Expo. I still don't know too much of the logistics, but I'm going to let you know, if you are dressed as a cosplayer out there, a Doctor Who cosplayer, please, by all means, come up to, and we'll get your picture of the Traveling TARDIS. And there may be a few surprises up there, including a few Daleks who might be joining us in our in our panels.
If you follow me on Instagram, especially, this is my Instagram handle. I'm doing more live things than posting, funny enough, and I'm doing a lot more stories than anything. So MegaCon weekend, if you follow me here, FYI, I will be going live all over the damn place, just here, there, and everywhere.
And
just to be like showing things around, what I'm working on, that kind of thing.
And Faith, keep up with she does TikTok, right? TikTok.
Yes, TikTok.
TikTok.
That was an amazing video.
I don't have TikTok. I'm sorry, but as encouragement, keep doing TikTok. And take pictures, man. Like, somebody had a hashtag to get Melina to MegaCon.
Yes,
next year. Make it. What's this year? 2023.
2023.
2023. Like, yeah, that'll be great. So take lots of pictures. Face. Do your little Jodie person. I still can't believe I thought she was actually English. I didn't think she was from Florida. That was actually really good. So
yeah, she says she worked on the accent, Jodie's accent. Not only that, she got the mannerisms down too.
That's
so
really great. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up and stuff like that.
Swatting things again.
Yeah.
Oh, they're coming back. Oh, God. All right. Well, this is a good time to end it. So, everybody, again, we'll see you next week. We'll see you at MegaCon. Please stay safe out there. Also,
be kind to your tour guides, please.
Be kind to your tour guides. Also, I can announce this. After we get back, we will be announcing the winner of the David Tennant bobblehead that Melanie has. And if you want to add about 25 more people to the YouTube, that'll get us up to 2,100, which would be a wonderful goal to hit before we get there next week. Also, 10 more people to subscribe to our Facebook page will bring us up to 61,000 subscribers. So the more, the merrier. And
I have more things to auction off.
Oh, there you go. And also, if you see below, we do have our super chats back. So if you want to help keep this show going, there is a button. I think it looks like a heart. You can just press on that and you can just contribute whatever you want to, whatever you think the show is worth. You can do it on any episode. So thank you all for joining us. Please stay safe. We'll see you next week for 2-part special episode, and we'll see the rest of you at MegaCon when we return. And don't forget to go check out Pieces of Melee on the Instagram, because I know it's coming. It's coming.